deer hunters stumble upon cave and find clue in girl's disappearance. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. The sun shone brightly over the Addams family's backyard, creating a cheerful atmosphere for their summer barbecue. The scent of juicy burgers and sizzling hot dogs filled the air, blending with the joyful sounds of laughter and glasses clinking together. John Addams, a stout man with a friendly demeanor, tended to the grill, flipping burgers with ease. Meanwhile, his wife, Marisa, engaged in lively conversation with their neighbors, contributing to the vibrant energy of the gathering. Lily, their lively daughter, was the star of the neighborhood gathering. Her laughter rang out as she played tag with her little friends, her excited squeals filling the air with a joyful energy. As Marisa stole glances at Lily, she felt a sense of warmth wash over her. The kids dashed around the yard, completely absorbed in their play, while John and Marisa enjoyed a leisurely chat with their friends. As the afternoon progressed, John and Marisa found themselves engrossed in a spirited discussion about their summer plans with friends. The atmosphere was vibrant, filled with laughter and animated chatter about potential travel spots and upcoming gatherings. The conversation became lively, with laughter and chatter creating an atmosphere of excitement as they tossed around ideas for potential trips and activities. Time seemed to slip away as they eagerly shared their thoughts and dreams. Marisa's cheerful demeanor shifted when Sarah's tone suddenly grew serious. "Hey, where's Lily? I haven't seen her for a bit." Concern washed over Marisa's face as she glanced around the yard. "Oh no, I thought she was playing with the other kids," she replied, her voice laced with worry. John sensed the change in Marisa's expression and began scanning the area. "Lily, where are you?" he called, his voice cutting through the tense silence. Marisa's worry intensified as she realized one child from the nearby group was absent. She rushed to search the yard, calling out for Lily. "Lily, sweetheart, it's time to come inside." The air, once filled with laughter, shifted to a tense silence that enveloped the neighborhood. Neighbors and friends joined the search, fanning out to cover more ground. But as the minutes passed, hope dwindled with no sign of the missing child. With the sky darkening and stars beginning to twinkle, their anxiety grew. Each house they visited yielded no results, amplifying their fear. The air was filled with shouts that blended with the chirping crickets and the soft rustling of the evening breeze. As the hours stretched on, the community gathered, their worry escalating with each passing minute. As darkness enveloped the landscape, the search party intensified their efforts. Flashlights pierced the night, illuminating the path as search dogs scoured the underbrush. Yet, despite their growing numbers and determination, there was still no trace of Lily, leaving John and Marisa engulfed in a haunting sense of despair. They huddled together, their faces etched with worry as the search continued into the night. In the early hours of the morning, John and Marisa made the difficult decision to call the police. Officers arrived at their home, their presence a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. They began organizing a more formal search, setting up a command center in the Addams living room. The officers took statements, coordinated with volunteers, and began to methodically search the area. The police, equipped with flashlights and tracking dogs, began a systematic search of the neighborhood and nearby parks. They knocked on doors, spoke with residents, and distributed flyers with Lily's picture. The search was thorough, but as the hours ticked by, the results were disheartening. Lily remained missing, and the mood among the searchers was heavy with frustration and fear. As the day wore on, John made a critical discovery. Near the edge of the woods, he found Lily's favorite doll, a small, well-loved toy that she never went without. The doll was nestled among some rocks at the entrance to a network of caves. The find provided a glimmer of hope and focused the search efforts on the wooded area. With the discovery of the doll, the police directed their attention to the cave. They set up a perimeter and began exploring the dark, winding passages. The cave system was complex, with narrow tunnels and hidden chambers. The search was challenging due to the limited visibility and treacherous terrain. Despite their efforts, they found no immediate signs of Lily. As night descended again, the search continued with the aid of powerful flashlights and infrared cameras. The searchers navigated the treacherous cave system, their movements slow and deliberate. The following morning, the search resumed with renewed determination. The police expanded their perimeter, and volunteers were organized into teams. Media coverage of Lily's disappearance increased, drawing public attention and support. The community's anxiety grew as the search continued with no new leads. Days passed, and the lack of progress began to take a toll. John and Marisa faced mounting frustration and exhaustion. The police and volunteers, despite their tireless efforts, struggled to find any new evidence. The once hopeful search had become a grueling ordeal, leaving the Addams family on the edge of despair. The community rallied around the Addamses, organizing fundraisers and awareness campaigns. Local businesses donated resources, and volunteers came forward to help with the search. The outpouring of support provided some comfort to the Addamses, but the continued absence of Lily cast a shadow over their gratitude. The search party received a new tip from a local resident who reported seeing unusual activity near a remote part of the forest. The police followed up on the lead, but the investigation turned out to be a dead end. The disappointment was palpable, but the search continued with a sense of determination to follow any lead that might bring Lily home. With the search yielding no significant results, the police suggested bringing in specialized teams and expanding the search area further. John and Marisa, though weary, clung to the hope that new resources and perspectives might provide a breakthrough. The search was restructured to include more advanced techniques and technology. A seasoned deer hunter named Hank arrived to offer his help. His rugged appearance, marked by a weathered hat and a steady, experienced gaze, immediately set him apart. Known for his extensive knowledge of the forest and his calm demeanor under pressure, Hank's arrival was met with cautious optimism. John approached him as Hank stepped out of his truck, looking both relieved and desperate. "Hank, thank you for coming. We've been searching for what feels like forever, but we haven't found anything." Hank nodded, his expression serious. "No problem at all, I'm glad to help. I've got a good sense of these woods and how they change over time." Marisa, pale with worry, looked at Hank with hope. "Do you really think you can find her? We're so scared." "I'll do my best. I know the trails and signs to look for. Let's start where kids usually play. They might have wandered off or found a place to hide." John and Marisa exchanged a look of relief as Hank began his search. "We were last with the kids near the big oak tree," John said. Hank nodded. "I'll head that way. Try to keep the others calm. They might recall something useful." As Hank moved toward the oak, his trained eyes scanned the forest floor. He paused often, examining disturbed leaves and broken twigs. Soon, he crouched down, studying small footprints. "These look fresh. She might have come this way." John joined him. "Could they be Lily's?" "They might be. Let's follow and see." The trail led deeper into the woods, beyond usual play zones. Hank explained how children often hide in places adults overlook. John and Marisa followed closely, encouraged by Hank's steady confidence. Hank nodded. "We'll find her. Stay hopeful." They moved through thick brush and winding paths, each step bringing a flicker of hope. As the afternoon light faded, Hank suddenly called out, "Hey, John, Marisacombe here." They rushed over. Hank pointed ahead. "I see something. Let's check it out." Hearts pounding, they pushed forward with renewed urgency. Suddenly, a chilling shriek pierced the air, followed by a sharp gunshot. The search party froze, then scrambled to investigate. Hank spotted split tracks on the forest floor, clear signs of a hasty escape. They followed the tracks, which led to a hidden makeshift living area inside a cave. What they found was disturbing discarded toys, clothing, and eerie drawings of missing children. It suggested that Lily's disappearance was not an isolated case. Days passed. The search party, worn and weary, combed through every inch of the forest. Amid the debris, they discovered a weathered leather journal filled with cryptic symbols and chilling entries. The journal hinted at a sinister figure hiding in the shadows, orchestrating something dark and secretive. Driven by its clues, the searchers investigated abandoned buildings and followed every lead. Each one ended in disappointment. Hope returned when a local reported strange activity near a remote part of the woods. The team pushed through thick brush, flashlights cutting through the gloom. But again, they found nothing. The area was untouched, another dead end. Refusing to give up, they explored a long-abandoned mine, nearly hidden by overgrowth. Inside, the air was musty and cold. Old equipment and strange symbols marked the walls. Deeper in, they uncovered a makeshift altar, but no sign of Lily. The discovery only deepened the mystery. Suddenly, a sharp screech echoed through the mine. From the darkness emerged a shadowy figure, cloaked and still. The voice, low and threatening, warned them to leave immediately. Before anyone could react, the figure vanished into the shadows, leaving the search party shaken. Back at their base, they worked tirelessly to decode the journal's cryptic entries, each symbol deepening their sense of dread. The messages hinted at a disturbing plot involving the cave system but offered no clear clues about Lily's location. As they dug into the figure's past, they uncovered links to the town's murky history, patterns of strange behavior, and unsettling incidents, but none that directly tied to Lily's disappearance. Their focus shifted to decades-old events that mirrored the current mystery, painting a chilling backdrop. A search of the caves revealed a hidden room filled with eerie artifacts, raising fears, but closer inspection showed it was a historical display unrelated to Lily. The false lead frustrated the team. Navigating deeper into the cave network, they encountered crude traps clearly meant to frighten or injure. Each close call only strengthened their resolve. Despite the danger, the searchers pressed on, buoyed by unwavering community support. Fundraisers and awareness campaigns kept Lily's case in the spotlight and sustained the Adams family. The town rallied behind the mission. Volunteers, donations, and public interest underscored their shared commitment to bringing Lily home. Still, despite expanding the search and using advanced tools, Lily remained missing. New locations offered no clues, and the team felt trapped in an exhausting cycle. Just as hope seemed lost, a breakthrough arrived. Lily was found safe at a friend's house just down the block. The journal, the eerie cave discoveries, and the shadowy figure were ultimately unrelated to her absence. Her disappearance was a misunderstanding. She had simply lost track of time while visiting her friend Jessica. The relief was overwhelming. The Addams family, searchers, and townspeople were overjoyed, though questions lingered. The journal and the figure's warning had no connection to Lily, creating a strange blend of resolution and confusion. Throughout the ordeal, the community's support had been vital. Their persistence helped maintain focus, and their compassion had carried the family through the darkest moments. In the aftermath, the Addams family expressed deep gratitude for the town's generosity and unity. As Lily walked back into her home, a wave of relief swept over her family. Her parents, overwhelmed with emotion, embraced her tightly. The reunion was filled with joy but edged with frustration. "Lily, where were you? We were terrified," her mother cried. "I'm sorry, Mom," Lily said softly. "I was at Jessica's. I didn't think it would be such a big deal." Her father's voice trembled. "You need to tell us where you are. We've been searching for days." Lily nodded, realizing the gravity of the situation. She promised to communicate better in the future. Still, the joy of her return couldn't erase the unsettling discovery. The journal's disturbing entries, the eerie symbols, and the strange cave setups left a lingering unease. That evening, as the family gathered in the living room, their relief gave way to uncertainty. "What happens now?" Lily's father asked. "What about the journal? The caves?" The room fell silent. Though Lily was safe, the unanswered questions weighed heavily. The figure's warning, the cryptic writings, and the mind's hidden chambers hinted at a deeper threat that no one could yet explain. The shadow of what they'd found still loomed, leaving the Addams family and the entire community wondering what darkness might still be hiding in their woods.